Hey guys, this is Apple and the Beats. This is my second video, and I will be reviewing the iPod Touch 4G or 4th generation from Apple. I've had this thing about maybe 5 months, and so that basically gives me a good idea of how the device is. I do like it. I did have the 2nd generation iPod Touch, and they did put a lot of things that I wanted from the 2nd generation that I was missing for things that I really couldn't use that much. So yeah, so they have put those on here. First of all, I just want to tell you that I do have the invisible shield, so it might seem a little bit glary, and I do have the skull candy case, and we will get into that a little bit later. But yeah, those are the only 2 upgrades I have on it. And really quickly, it does come with the iPod, the normal headphones, and the dock connector. But moving this stuff out of the way, let's get on to the actual device. Now, I'm going to start with the cons, that way I can get those out of the way, and then you'll have a good perspective on, and then you'll walk out of this video with a good impression. And yeah, the cons are a lot of them are for the camera. Now I know, and one of the cons, or one of the pros, is the camera, but there are a lot of cons to the camera. First of all, no flash. I really do like the flashlight app on the App Store for this and the iPhone. I wish I had it on here, and it's unfortunate that they didn't do that. I know they could have. It wouldn't have really added too much space to it, but yeah, it would have been nice if they could include that. Also, there's no HDR like the iPhone, so the iPhone will, straight off the bat, even if they did have the same camera, which they don't, the iPhone would still be taking better pictures because of the HDR. Hopefully they'll include that in a later update, but right now, I don't know, the camera isn't that great. I know it's for a fact it's not as good as the iPhone. Also, the zoom is pretty blurry. Let me see if I can get you a good understanding right here. So here's the camera. Yeah, you guys can't really see that, but it does get extremely blurry. And the zoom doesn't go that far to start with, so it's kind of a ripoff. You really don't want to be using the zoom unless it's close, maybe 25% of it, or else the image will suffer a lot. Also, you want to be careful on the apps that you get for this. I do know that some of these camera apps that promise 12 megapixels, that you might be thinking, oh well, since even though the iTouch camera isn't as good as the iPhone, I can get that app and it'll make it better. Well, maybe, but those things hurt the camera. The more you use them, the more damage you get, the more damage the camera gets, and I would stay away from those. I mean, yeah, those HDR and 12 megapixel apps, yeah. I liked them at first, but then I tried it out, and then when I went to use the normal camera, it didn't really work out that well, so yeah. Now moving on to stuff other than the camera. One reason I have the case and the invisible shield is the back. I don't really know if you can see that well, but there are a bunch of scratches, and I got the case 2 days after I got this, so yeah, that's not that good. Yeah, it is very scratch prone, and then also the front, that is very scratch prone, but I mean, this has done a pretty good job. I will be doing a separate review on this. And the invisible shield is that thing's pretty amazing. Yeah. Also, another huge con for me is the battery life. The battery life on this device is pretty terrible. I was hoping that in their new one they would be including a different, a bigger battery, but they did not. And I mean, all these extra things, the A4 processor, the camera, all those things, they add to the stress on the battery, so you won't be getting that much. But as you can see right now, according to my turbocharger app, I have 65%, and it will take an hour and 18 minutes, so it does take a long time to charge, first of all, and the amount of time that you do have it, it's not that much, especially if you're using the internet and the Wi-Fi. So yeah, that is another negative. Also, the dock connector. I do have a iHome, and it really wouldn't dock with it. It wouldn't charge over the night. I did get the new inserts for the iTouch, but it really didn't help at all. So I mean, I was kind of stuck there, but I did get something that I will post a future video on. And also, just getting close to the end of the cons here. There is no mic on the headphones. As you can see, they're the same headphones I come with almost every single other iPod and iTouch, but there are no headphones. The only microphone, or not headphones, my bad, microphone. So you can't talk it into it. The microphone is right behind the camera, which is pretty bad, because if you want to do Skype, you have to talk like this. You can't talk like a normal phone. But yeah, that is another con. And also, as you can see, I have a bunch of apps right here. I have NBA Elite, Madden, Assassin's Creed, Archetype, Infinity Blade, Madden. Now these are all great apps, but the screen size really does hurt those apps. I mean, I have these apps, I did pay a lot for them, but I'm really not enjoying them, and I really don't play them that much because of the screen size. And I really am probably going to buy the iPad 2 sooner or later, just so I can use these apps. Because there are really some good apps. I just can't use them, or more specifically enjoy them, because of the screen size. You know, like when you have your two fingers here, it's really not that good of a thing. And also the customization. My parents did get 2 Android phones, specifically the iTouch 4G, which I will be reviewing later on again. But yeah, that thing is amazing. I have so much fun playing with them, because they're not that much into technology, so I had to set both of their phones up, and I had a lot of fun playing with them. You can just put so many widgets up here for like weather, battery life, and it'll show you the percentage. That's another con to this. It won't show you the percentage like the iPhone does. I don't know why they don't do that. It's not too hard. But yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty simple. You just plug it in to the computer to activate it, then you're done. I mean, it's a little bit of a letdown, but that's also a positive. And now I am moving to the positives, because it is very simple. It is very easy for the first time user to use this. That's why you see a lot of babies using iPhones. You don't see a lot of babies using Android phones, because they are complicated. And if you have someone older, or someone who isn't that much in technology, like my mom, or probably a lot more moms out there, this is a very good device. My mom's Android phone was really hard for her to get at first, and she still hasn't really found out after about 2 months all the features. She still doesn't know how to turn on the mobile or the Wi-Fi networks. So yeah, simplicity is good, but it's really crowd. I know Samsung is coming out with a Galaxy miniature phone, or not a phone, just something like this with no data plan. And it will compete with this. So I mean, just preference. Do you like to tinker with things, or are you not that good? And do you just like to leave it alone? So yeah, it's really just preference in yourself. One other positive to it is the camera. When I had the second generation iTouch, there were so many apps on the App Store for the iPhone, because they had a camera, and I was so jealous, because they were good apps and I really wanted them. And as you can see, I have a whole folder for photography. And I mean, I can FaceTime, I can do Genius Scan, Fat Booth, iMovie, which is a huge plus, and also a price check. So I do love having the camera. It might not be the best quality, but it's better than nothing. And that's something that you have to keep in mind. And you know, it adds to everything it already has. One other cool thing is, with almost every other single one of my videos that will not be using the iTouch, I film them with them. I film the videos with them, and it does have a video recorder, and it does advertise for HD, and I don't have to sync it to the computer like what I have to do with the one that I'm filming right now. I just directly upload it to YouTube, and it is fast. I have done my previous video on this channel in about 4 minutes, so it is very good in that respect. Also, it's the perfect companion. I mean, a lot of times when I have to go to parties with my parents, you know, I'm forced to, and I have to on those Saturday nights. I'm pretty bored. There's no kids over there, no TV, or at least there's no cable or no Xbox or PlayStation. So this really is a perfect companion. I mean, I can play games with it. I can surf the internet. I can listen to music. So if you find yourself in that position a lot, this really is awesome for that. And that's one of my that probably is my most favorite thing about this. Is it really is the perfect companion. And one of the reasons why is because of the App Store. Now, my parents have Android. We did have Windows 7 phone for a little bit until my dad returned it. But the Windows 7 absolutely has no apps whatsoever, at least at the time that he had it. But the Android really doesn't have that many apps, at least as much as this. One nice thing about the Android is it does have like Ninjump, which is 99 cents on here, for free over there. That's a common occurrence with the Android phones. You will find a lot of 99 cent apps on there for free, on here for free on the Android. They do put that advertising thing on it, but if you're like me, that's not much of a big deal. But yeah, I mean, the apps do contribute to it being the perfect companion, and I mean, it really is amazing about the technology and how far it's come. Also the screen. Let me get you some photos over here. The screen really is amazing. Let me see. I do have a couple of good photos. You won't be able to see them that well, but the photo quality on this is amazing. Not the photo, but the screen. It is pretty amazing. And I mean, I was just stunned by how it how it represented it. It really is like the best looking screen in the whole entire business. One other con to it, I forgot this one, and it really is a big one because I do have an app that I paid for that uses this, but it does not have it, which is Nike plus GPS. One time when I went on a run, I thought I would be able to use it, but I really couldn't because it has no GPS. I did bring my parents' phone to use as a hotspot, but it wouldn't, even since I used it as a hotspot, it still wouldn't track the distance I ran correctly. So no GPS is a really big one for me. I really do wish it had it. I know that it would contribute to the weight, or the weight and the size, but that really is a big one for me. Yeah, so that basically wraps up my review. Overall, I love it. I do wish though I got the 32 gigabyte because the 8 gigabyte is kind of slow for me, especially if you have all these apps that I have. But yeah, if I could do it all over again, I would still buy it. I would probably buy this and an iPad, and I would buy this in 32 gigabytes. But I mean, yeah, I love this thing. It's worth every penny. And yeah, I hope this helped if you were deciding if you should get it. I will be posting a lot of videos later on about this, one specifically about the picture quality. And I mean, yeah, just stay tuned. There's a bunch of videos that are going to be coming for this. So stay tuned, subscribe, please subscribe, invite, comments, rate. Just tell me what I can do to improve. And please no hater comments. Alright guys, well, I'll see you later. Stay tuned. One video every week. That's my motto that I'll be posting around this time. So enjoy, and I'll see you later. Bye.